welcome to my channel. So for today, I wanted to talk to you about this highly raved product. For most of you guys, this product might just be a simple sponge or puff, but there's a reason why it's highly been raved about by YouTubers and also Pony, who's actually quite famous. So I actually grabbed this product and I wanted to find out what's the rave about it, how good this product is, because I'm actually a very loyal fan of the Beauty Blender for years now, and the reason why I wanted to try it out because it's actually cheap. So if this actually really works, then it's a really good replacement for my Beauty Blender. Or if sometimes I just don't want to keep on using my Beauty Blender so that I can keep it pristine, then I'll be using this product. So the product that I'm actually talking about is the Skinfood Wedge Puff. I'm sure you guys have heard about this and you probably watched a ton of video about this, but I wanted to share my point of view. So if you guys want to find out more about this product, just keep on watching. So guys, I have with me the Beauty Blender and the Skinfood Wedge Puff. So my first impression upon holding this product, I think this is pretty similar with Beauty Blender in terms of the feeling when you try to squeeze it and you press it, which means that it's quite porous, which means that it doesn't absorb your foundation, which is quite good. And apart from that, I find that it's not those usual typical sponge which is very dense, which is very hard when you try to press it. So my first impression with the product is actually quite impressed, only because not all sponge that I've tried has that same feeling with the Beauty Blender. And for me, when it actually feels the same, I know that for sure it's gonna perform well. In terms of the actual puff, I find that the cutting is quite well thought of. It's actually quite useful in the sense that it has a lot of those sharp edges, which is perfect for different uses. Like for this side, you can actually use that to put your concealer or when you do your baking. And for the flat surface, you can use that to actually blend your foundation. And the other sharp edges, you can use that to just kind of put contour on your nose or just contour your face. So it's actually quite handy and quite useful. So that's one good thing that I love about this. And apart from that, if you find that it's such a waste to use this one product just for one use, you can easily just cut them into half and you still have the same shape anyway, so you can actually save up a lot. So now guys, I will show you how the Wedge Puff will look like once you start putting your foundation, and I'm going to compare it with the Beauty Blender side by side. So on this side, I will use the Beauty Blender, and for this side I will use the Wedge Puff, and so that you guys can see the difference of the application. So now guys, I have my foundation on both the side of my face. It's actually the same foundation, and on this side I'm actually using a Wedge Puff that is wet, and I'm using the same thing on the other side, which is a Beauty Blender that is wet as well. So let's see how it goes. So guys, I finished applying my foundation using the Wedge Puff on the other side, and it actually feels alright. I actually love it because it's not those typical sponges where it's so difficult for me to grab hold of the sponge and just blend it out. And I'm talking about this, those triangle shaped sponges where it's actually very hard and very thick and feels like rubber. And I just don't like using that. I'd rather use my fingers. But with this one, I actually love the feeling, and it, for me, to be honest, it kind of is very near to feeling like a Beauty Blender. Although it's not the same as the Beauty Blender where once you put water in it, it actually expands. It doesn't. However, it actually kind of blends well and makes your face look like, I don't know, it makes it look like, it doesn't look very airbrush like how Beauty Blender does, but as you can see, it actually looks very flawless. or maybe it depends on the foundation, but in terms of application, I'm loving this. And oh, I guess there's a reason why people are raving about this. So now let's go ahead and start doing the other side using our favorite beauty blender. So now I'm finished applying the foundation on the other side using the beauty blender, and as usual, beauty blender never fails to impress me how it actually blends well on your skin and make your foundation look like skin. So now if I'm comparing both in terms of application, both are actually quite easy to apply, and that's the reason why I guess that's the whole rave about this Wedge Puff, is because it actually helps you blend your foundation well, and not only that, it doesn't absorb your foundation. And for me, it seems like when I applied or blended my foundation using this puff here, it kind of have the same effect with the beauty blender. Of course, with the beauty blender, it just makes it easier. When I was blending the foundation on the other side, it kind of like just took me a few seconds, and then the whole foundation is already well blended. However, on this side, it took me a little bit more, but it didn't really took that long, so it's just a few seconds, or yeah, a few seconds longer. So I think it all boils down to that, and as well as the finish. In terms of the finish on this side, as you can see, it looks a little bit like light and dewy, and more of like a, well, they say that when you use your beauty blender, it looks kind of like an airbrush feeling, but with the amount of foundation that I put a while ago, it's not that much. That's the reason why it doesn't look as flawless as it should, but it looks very, very natural, like it actually blended very well with your skin. However, with the Skinfood, it also feels and looks the same. Like when I was blending it, it was quite easy, although it took a little bit more time to actually blend everything, but it actually feels something like the beauty blender, which is actually quite good. And in terms of the finish, I would say that the finish here looks more like not skin-like. It looks really like you've actually placed foundation on your face. However, it actually blended very well. I'm loving this product, and now that I found out about this, I will keep on using this product for my everyday makeup application. And I want to, you know, put a stop on using my beauty blender, not because I don't love it. I really, really love it, and the reason why I will pause for a bit in, you know, using my beauty blender only because I want to keep it pristine, and I don't want to, you know, keep on using it and washing it, and you know, it will just ruin it. And because it's very expensive, I just want to keep it pristine condition and use it on very special occasions. So for everyday uses, this Wedge Puff is really, really great, and it's very cheap and affordable, and there's a reason why it's always sold out. I want you guys to try it out. It's really, really great. I'm not just saying it because a lot of people are raving about it. It's really, really true. So there's a reason why it's actually highly raved about, because it's actually a good product. So I hope this video, guys, is very helpful to you, and please don't forget to hit subscribe and hit like. And if you guys have any comments, please leave a comment below, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.